Hey guys, welcome back for episode number 2 of Saturday Coffee Break. This week's topic is movement. And I want to start this week by sharing an analogy that I use with patients and clients so that they understand why I value foundational movement so much prior to working on sport activities or higher level activities of daily living. Think of movement as building a house. So if you were going to build a house, you would hire a contractor, they'd come in, and the first thing they would do is build a foundation. And they would build that foundation out of concrete because it's a very strong and resilient material. After that foundation cured and hardened, they would then start to build the first floor, the second floor, maybe a third floor if you're lucky. But each floor adds a certain amount of load to that foundation. Now, if the contractor cut some corners or he started building on a foundation that wasn't hardened yet, each successive floor or more load on that foundation would be an issue because the foundation wouldn't be able to hold it. I want you to think of movement like that. Most of us think of movement as those first, second floors or higher level movements, things like the golf swing or shooting a basketball, kicking a soccer ball, landscaping, gardening, lifting things. Physical therapists think of movement as foundational movements because foundational movements like the hip hinge and proper squat form and dissociation of lower extremity movement from the spine, all of those foundational movements are inherent in higher level activities. If we don't have those foundational movements, we are not going to have optimal higher level movements. So think of it this way. Physical therapists focus on foundational movements and always go back and recheck them before they add load, because if the foundation is not strong enough, you're not going to be able to function optimally in your sport or your activity, and here's the kicker, you're probably going to have an increased risk of injury. So what I want you to take away from this is this idea that in order for us to have really optimal higher level movement, we need to focus on the foundational movements. So I'll leave you with that. I do want to mention real quick, October is National Physical Therapy Month, so it's a big month for us. I'm going to be putting out some posts celebrating us and what we do. But until next time, have a great week. I hope the weather turns around, and I'll see you next Saturday for another episode of Saturday Coffee Break.